See, the truth of the matter is that when power is confronted with change, they'll say anything to stop it. And even in the midst of that negativity, among those doubters, Barack stood tall and said, let me try something else. Let me try telling people what I think. Let me tell people that I think this war is wrong. It's going to cost us millions of dollars and thousands of lives. See, and the beauty of that was that Barack still won his U.S. Senate seat. And he won it by wide margins. And he won among women and black folks and white folks and young and old and upstate and downstate. Because the truth is that the American people do understand and appreciate the truth. Problem is that we don't know it sometimes when we see it. We haven't seen it in so long. So let me tell you, what I believe in my heart is that this race has nothing to do with whether Barack Obama is ready. Barack Obama is ready now. He'll be ready on day one. He'll be ready tomorrow, next week, next year. Barack is one of the most brilliant politicians you will see in your lifetime. That's not even an issue. The question is whether you're ready. Getting all excited now because, see, the change Barack is talking about is hard. So don't get too excited because Barack is going to demand that you are different. He's going to demand that you set aside your cynicism. He's going to tell you that that is a waste of time and energy. No matter how angry or discouraged you are, no matter how justified you feel in your anger, your cynicism has no place here. Your fear wastes of time. It doesn't help. You never make good decisions based on fear. And if you're not ready to let it go, then you're not ready for change. Barack is going to demand that you work. He is not going to tell you, just vote for me and go about your lives. He's going to say, you have to claim your seat at the table of democracy. Not just on Tuesday, but every single day. That you have to be so frustrated and outraged by the shifting of the bar that you will no longer go back to your lives as normal, that this reflects a permanent change forever in your level of commitment to this democracy. That means you have to vote. There is no option. We don't care if you're tired. We don't care how late you work. We don't care if it's raining or snowing. That's no longer an excuse. See, because when you give up your seat, the process doesn't stop to wait for you to get it together. It keeps on moving, and trust me, there are people waiting in the wings with more power and more money that are more than happy to take up your seat and everybody else's seat at the table. And they will make decisions that have nothing to do with your wants and your dreams. They are part of the reason that the bar is shifting and moving, but see, that's on us. So change is hard. And the beauty of Barack is that you don't get him without work. Barack will be the underdog in this race until the day he's sitting in the Oval Office. That is a fact. There is nothing obvious about a Barack Obama victory. We've heard it for the whole year. This won't happen. And it's true, it will not happen without all of you. Standing with us, working with us, praying for us, being engaged, talking to every other person that you know who doesn't happen to be paying attention, and you know who those folks are. They're probably everybody in your life, in your household. It's not enough that you're getting up and going to vote. You got to drag everybody who is in with voting age with you. Every young person, every old person. You got to find transportation for your neighbors. You have to do this. And if that's not enough, then I ask everybody to dream. You see, because you see that little kid, Hannah, you see that precious little person, well, they're everywhere, all over this country. And I met a little girl 2 days before the South Carolina primary. I was in a beauty shop in Newberry. It was packed, and folks were pumped. They packed into that place, and I had them fired up. And at the end of this, the little girl walked up to me. She said, "Mrs. Obama, I have something to say." I said, "Okay." She said, "Do you realize that when your husband becomes the next president of the United States, it will be historical?" And I said, "Well, yeah." I said, "But what does that mean to you?" And this little girl said, "It means that I can dream of being anything in the world." And then that little girl broke down. That girl started crying. And it broke my heart. See, because the truth is that this little 10-year-old girl in Newberry, South Carolina, she is more aware than anybody in this room about that shifting bar. She knows that she's already behind because we're too tired and discouraged. She knows that if she's not in a school that is preparing her to compete, that she is going to be expected to go to college and get a job without the half of the tools that other kids will have. She knows that. But she also knows that she is so much better than the limited expectations we have of her.